Thank you and good afternoon. This is Sam Vaughn for Sam Sports Report. The refs will be watched Saturday night. The same refs who called the illegal touching against Cowboys and Lions. A 2-point conversion was caught, but the offensive lineman was ineligible downfield. 2-point conversion offsides, and then there was no good. So the refs end up missing what would have been this deciding factor. Here's Adam Schefter with more.
I got a lot of that stuff.
Yeah.
And then Brad Allen, the official that was part of Eligible Gate, whatever you want to call it.
Report Gate.
Report Gate. I like it. There you go. We improved it. We workshopped it. That first game out of the box, national television game on ESPN and ABC. He's going to officiate it. What's your reporting behind that thought process, Adam?
Well, those assignments are made weeks in advance. It's not like all of a sudden the assignment came in after this game. Those assignments are penciled in weeks in advance. And so this is something that the league had. And the real question will be whether Brad Allen will get to officiate in the postseason. Will the members of his crew get to officiate in the postseason? We'll see. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. But they were penciled in for this game. And again, when we're talking about the officiating crew for a game, the first game of the week, that's never a good sign for anybody, right? That we are taking note of who's officiating, but everybody is going to be watching. And hopefully it boosts ESPN and ABC's ratings that much more because they want to see how the Brad Allen crew does on Saturday afternoon.
The Ravens will not play their starters today against the Steelers. Tyler Huntley will start, who has had success as a starter. Picket, who was not happy about the possible of Mason Rudolph starting, it's negate, as it will be Kenny Picket. Nelson Aguilar for the Ravens is a third string to watch out for. Of course, for the Steelers, it's George Pickens, who was a distraction up until the last couple weeks where he's been having outbreak games. He is over 1,000 yards on the season. Nelson Aguilar was also a first-round pick. Those are the players to watch out for. Also, T.J. Watt on the Steelers side. Here's how the Steelers get in. A Steelers win in Week 18 and a Jaguars loss. The Steelers are in. Steelers win Week 18 and the Bills loss. Steelers are in. Steelers Week 18 win and Texans versus Colts ends in a tie or a loss. Steelers loss Week 18 and a Jaguars loss and a Broncos loss and a Texans loss versus the Colts, as long as it doesn't end in a tie, aka Texans versus Colts. That'll be on the line. We'll talk about that in a minute. Game time for today is at 4:30, 3:30 Central. Next game. Whoever wins is in the playoffs. Simple as that. A little more hard to understand it. AFC South. Texans and Colts. Here, the Texans and Colts can make the playoffs. The Texans clinched the AFC South with a win and a Jaguars loss. And Houston gets a playoff berth with a win or a tie. A Jacksonville loss and a Pittsburgh loss or tie. That's how I explain it. How they clinch is having the Jaguars lose or tie. Houston or Colts will win the division. Playoffs to watch out for: Texans, Colts, quarterbacks likely. Rookie of the Year, C.J. Stroud, maybe. Gardner Minshew, who has been a surprise of what was a third-string starting quarterback to start the season. Players to watch out for: Michael Pittman and Jr. and Nico Collins, both over 1,100 yards. Kick is at 7:15, 8:15 Eastern. In college basketball, it will be number 2 Jayhawks at Allen Fieldhouse. Watch out for Emilia Miller. TCU is off to a good start as they could be back in the NCAA tournament for the Jayhawks, number 2 in the country. Look out for Kevin McCullough Jr. Three-pointer is good sometimes. DeJuan Harris, also a player to watch out for from Columbia. Game time is at 1 o'clock. UFC will play Kansas State, 6 o'clock. Players to watch out for: Cam Carter, who gets rounding up 17. Jalen Sellers for UFC gets 18 a game. Game time is at 6. Mizzou is currently outside of the tournament and will need a lot of work in the SEC to get into the tournament. The Tigers are 8-5. The Georgia Bulldogs 10-3. Sean East is a player to watch out for who gets 17 a game. He went to the same community college I did, which is John A. Logan College. They won the national championship last year. He was also a very participant team on a very good team. John A. Logan the year before, Sean East was. For the Bulldogs, players to watch out for, Jabari Raheem, he gets 13 a game. Mizzou hosts at 1 o'clock. Now on to the other games, top 25 matchups. Both teams will be in the top 25. North Carolina, Clemson to start ACC play. Clemson and UNC. R.J. Davis will be a player to watch out for. Also a good player last season. Senior averages about 21 points a game. P.J. Hall, center, also gets about 20 points a game. Game time is at Game time is at 6 o'clock. SEC Network, Ole Miss is 13-0. Tennessee is 10-3. They will host. That will be the number 5 versus the number 22. Dalton Kitch is a player to watch out for. 16 rounding up. Matthew Moeller averages 17. Moeller plays for Ole Miss. Dalton Kitnich plays for Tennessee. The game tips off at 6. The last game we'll go over for the basketball. North Carolina will have a tough road game against Clemson. ACC play. Clemson and UNC. R.J. Davis will be a player to watch out for. Also a good player. His last senior averaged about 21 points a game. Clemson is number 16. UNC is 8. P.J. Hall and R.J. Davis are players to watch out for. Game time is at 12. Score of the Illinois-Purdue game. This is Sam Vaughn for Sam Sports Report.
So a lot of celebrating over at the bank, but there was one person who really did not respond well to the Panthers' loss yesterday, and that would be this person, the Panthers owner, David Tepper, throwing a drink on a Jags fan from his booth. Right now, it's unknown exactly what prompted the action, what the two said to each other. Maybe he was mad at the Panthers' offense. The person who took the video said the Jags security, though, did ask them for that video. Now, the Panthers and Jags have not responded to a request for comment at this time, and we're still waiting to see if there's any, repercussions for
There's
this
a lot
action.
going on in that video.
Yeah, there's a lot to unpack.
What's going on with the there's a couple of ladies there wearing crowns. Maybe that's like New Year's celebration. Is she queen of Duval right there? And then you got this guy about to climb into the owner's suite.
She could be the queen. I love watching all of this unfold. I kind of wish he'd gotten into the suite. I want to see the next step.
That would have been interesting.
Just to see the next step.
I imagine a billionaire has good security.
Probably.
Everyone is safe. Now to a developing story out of Carolina. The league has fined Panthers owner David Tepper. Adam, what more can you tell us about this situation?
A $300,000 fine, Laura, for the behavior that David Tepper was engaged in on Sunday when he was spotted on this video spilling his drink on a Jacksonville Jaguars fan. Once that moment goes viral, the NFL has no choice but to act out on it, and it handed down a fine saying that people in David Tepper's position, owner of teams, are held to a higher standard of conduct. Thus, they imposed the fine that they did. A lot of people pointing out, well, you're talking about one of the richest people in the world. What's $300,000? Still $300,000. And maybe the league would have been in a situation where if it had fined him from being at a game or prevented him from being at the start of next season, it might have been different. But the league felt a $300,000 fine in this particular case was appropriate discipline.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on how that situation plays out. Thanks for the latest, Adam.
There it is. You like that one, Adam? You like that?
I can't see. Hold on. Oh, there we go. A little one finger up. Yeah.
Hold on a second. I missed that look. What
is that?
Hold up. I used to get that all the time. Were you on your phone?
Where's that from?
I don't know. I don't know where we found it. Smitch found it. Sean Mitchell is the best in the business. He found it.
Oh, you know what that is? You know what that is? I think that's I did a campaign with my wife this summer. She's a type 1 diabetic, and we were raising awareness for people to be tested for type 1 diabetes. And I think that's the one pledge.
Fantastic.
That's what that is. Or we were just getting ready for Monday night, Rich. One or the other.